So I created a team of 3 riders, being Kamen Rider Vulcan, Kamen Rider Gaim, and your boy Kamen Rider built to be in a team. And I have challenged quite a few people to build a ranger team that is capable of beating these 3 Kamen Riders. Now, granted, a lot of people can agree that the Power Rangers themselves, I don't see too many Rangers that are gonna be able to fight this team, but I did allow Sentai to be included. Now, I got some of my friends to send in some of their picks. You guys are part of the Alpha Swarm, should be able to tell me what team you will put together in order to defeat this team of 3 riders. Now, big shout outs to each and every single person who sent in a video. Be sure to subscribe to each and every single one of them. Be sure to subscribe to this channel to become a part of the Alpha Swarm. And in saying that, let us see the first team.
Okay, sorry about the angle. I'm not gonna lie, I've already seen like what, 3 Kamen Rider shows to completion because guys, it's so much. Here is my list of 5 Power Rangers that I think that could take on any Kamen Rider, but specifically the Kamen Riders that Tinashe has pointed out in this video. Okay, are you ready? Let's get into it. Number 1, we've got the greatest Power Ranger of all time. You can see it here, Tommy Oliver, the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, Zeo Red, and Dino Thunder Black. Listen, he is the most legendary Ranger of all time. He has wielded multiple powerful forms and he has defeated some of the strongest villains in the entire Power Ranger franchise. And number 2 is gonna be Troy from Megaforce Red. Look, I don't like Megaforce like at all. I don't like Troy. He's the worst Red Ranger to ever exist. However, the ability to turn into any other past Ranger is an OP power that I think lands him on this list. Okay. Number 3, we've got my King Andros. He ended the Zordon era. Number 4, we got my favorite Ranger of all time, RJ. Listen, RJ mastered both martial arts and mystical jungle fury energy, making him one of the most spiritually and physically powerful Power Rangers of all time. And number 4, we got Adam Park, the Black Mighty Morphin, Zeo Green and Turbo Green. I can't lie, the reason Adam is here is because he has mad durability, and the fact that he was able to come back, okay, and morph with a broken morpher, for me, that cements his elite strength and more power. So that is my list. Please do not cook me, but please guys, let's get Tinashe to 10k subscribers. He's probably got 10k by the time I put this video out.
So I've been tasked to give 5 Rangers. I've been told I can do Power Rangers or Super Sentai, but I'm going to keep the Super Sentai. I've not watched an insane amount of seasons, but I reckon I've got somewhat of a list here. Got 5 Rangers. I got a red, a blue, and a yellow, the standard. And then I've got a pink and an orange, and we're going to get into it. For my Red Ranger, I'm going for your boy Lucky. People seem to hate Lucky. I don't know why. I think he's pretty cool. Does he get a little bit annoying sometimes? Yeah, sure, you know, you're lucky. Yeah, it gets a little bit annoying, but the luckiest guy in the universe. And when he's got the Shishi Orion form, there might be a tough one for you. I'm just saying, but that's what I'm offering up. Lucky is my Red Ranger. For my Blue Ranger, I've got Joe from Gokaiger. I'm not too clued in with Gokaiger, but I know he's an excellent swordsman. And not only that, he's got the power of Gokai changes with him. Try and stop him. Try and stop him. For my Yellow Ranger, I'm going to keep it recent. I'm going to go Ryugi from Gojuja. Possibly one of the strongest Rangers we've had. He has got strength. Of course, just like Joe, he's got the rings that he can use to become, you know, a select few. You know, he hasn't got as many keys as Joe does, but he's got some universe rings. And if need be, he's got the power of Tegasword by his side. That's if we're including mechs. If we're not, he's still pretty strong anyway. For Pink, I've gone with Mira from Boom Boomja. Mainly because, 1, I wanted to include a Boom Boomja. 2, I love Mira. I think Mira's sick. She throws hands. She stands on business. All of her solo episodes in Boom Boomja were great. And the whole wedding arc of her being like, I ain't marrying that man. Absolutely not. Twice. She's a wild card. I'm throwing her in and I reckon she can do bits. For my 5th Ranger, of course, I went with Orange and I've gone for Zaram, aka Akira, from Tokyuja. Very cool Ranger, incredibly strong-willed, noble, and will fight to the end because, well, this will be the day he dies, as opposed to, you know, the other 500 days that would have been the day he died. So that is my 5 Ranger team. I got Lucky for the Red Ranger, Joe for the Blue Ranger, Mira for the Pink Ranger, Ryugi for the Yellow Ranger, and Akira for the Orange Ranger. That's Q Ranger, Gokaiger, Gojuja, Boom Boomja, and Tokyuja. And of course, massive thanks to Tinashe for letting me be a part of the video.
What's good, everybody? My name is Jem. I do henshins and stuff online, on YouTube, on Pronghorn Heroes, and on social media at Pronghorn Jem or Jem Transforms on TikTok. T asked me to collab, and it's an obvious yes for me, so let's get into this. Right now, I got 3 different Rangers that I want to combat against his 3 riders. Low-key, he did ask me for 5, so the event that he wants 5, I have an extra 2. But right now, I got 3 to rival his 3, so let's get into that. I heard he got a leader type. So right now, to go up against his Gaim, I have Lucky from Uchu Sentai Q Ranger. Now here, no, wait. I can hear everybody already, but wait for it, because I'm telling ya, I thought about this. Gaim is a crazy adversary. If we're going up against Gaim, you need to have somebody that has the power set, that has the skills and the upgrades to go up against whatever Kota is gonna throw at you. So I'm thinking whether it's orange arms, whether we do a little orange with lemon energy, or if he has Kachidogi, I gotta be prepared for everything. With that being said, Lucky is my guy, because not only does he has his little sun mode that gives him a little extra energy, bro also has, there's the unicorn thing that I know what's his name uses. Lucky has Kyutama that gives him different powers, maybe a little bit more armor, maybe a different power set. I think that would be really good up against someone like Gaim. And Gaim having his little Kiwami arms, I figured it would be a good opponent to put up Shishi Red Orion against that. I don't have a crazy in-depth answer for every single person, but for me, Gaim being like a leader type in this battle, I needed to have somebody that would go up against that and put up a good fight. Next up, we got a shooter. I believe T's option was Vulcan. Great option. This I went through a couple different options, but I'm gonna give it to my guy, Time Fire. Time Fire! Only in just because bro is the most badass ranger of all time. Like there is nobody that touches. Like genuinely, I love the aura that he has. His whole character is one of my favorite archetypes for 6 rangers. I don't think they do it anymore, but he's an amazing gunman. Bro is a shooter, and that's what I love about him. Now for this one, I had to think about this one real hard because Sentai doesn't have a lot of berserkers, but T has Black Hazard as his berserker form. But for my berserker option, I decided to go with Enter, aka Dark Buster from Tokume Sentai Go Busters. And that is because bro can start out being cool and like nonchalant and like very, you know, like whatever, but then he can go off the rails and just be like crazy wild, and I love that. I think if we're using like him towards the end where he's just like already kind of like off the rails doing his own thing, regardless though, like Dark Buster is the person that I would want fighting Black Hazard. If those 3 need a 2 to be rounded out, my other 2 options would go to Jasmine Deca Yellow. She can help out in multiple different ways. It doesn't have to be on the battlefield. But then my last option, if I have to round out this team of beautiful people, would be Bull Black from Deiju Sentai Gingaman. I love his weapon. If you've seen Lost Galaxy, the Magna Defender has one of the best swords ever. But Bull Black, I mean, he's just such a badass with it. I think he uses the shotgun version a little bit more, but I just love how badass he is with that. I think he would be an amazing addition to this battle, and I would love to see all of these characters go at it. This was super fun. Shout out to T for having me on the channel. I love what he's been doing, and I can't wait to see more. If you want to find me anywhere else, like I said, I am Jem from Pronghorn Heroes. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at PronghornGem and TikTok at Gem Transforms. So yeah.
So Alpha King 123 has challenged me to come up with 5 Sentai Rangers that are going to be able to beat 3 Kamen Riders that he picks himself. I'm going to stay away from Rangers that are the same colour, and I'm also going to stay away from Rangers that are on the same team. So with that being said, let's get into it. In no particular order, up first I'm going to go with Gaisorg. So Gaisorg from Your Soldier is a sentient piece of armor that can take control of a host, and when it does so, it greatly enhances their combat capabilities. The mere fact that it can control and possess people, I feel like it's a pretty easy giveaway on how strong this guy is. And when he does take over a host, he's able to access all of their techniques. And if that wasn't enough, he's even shown to be able to turn invisible, and during Super Sentai's strongest battle, he was able to take out a number of heroes single-handedly. Up next, I'm going to go with Daigo, aka Kyoryu Red from Kyoryuja. Now, this is a guy who is able to take on giant enemies all by himself, has ridiculous strength for a normal guy, and single-handedly managed to defeat a godlike being. I mean, come on. And also, he fights alongside a giant T-Rex who he can combine with in order to form Carnival form, which is an upgrade to his main form, which vastly increases his power. Up next we have Doggy Kruger, aka Deca Master. Now Doggy Kruger is the commander of the Earth branch of SPD, so you already know he's a tactical genius. And he uses one of the strongest sword styles in the universe. And once he transforms, not only are his speed and power increased, but he can take out hundreds of enemies in one blow. And I mean, just look at this suit, come on. Up next I'm going with Big One from Jaka Dengeki Tiger. Now this might seem a bit of an odd choice because it's so old, but he actually is pretty damn strong. Not only does he have superhuman speed, not only does he have superhuman strength, speed, and even flight, he can master and control all 4 cosmic powers, including electric, atomic, magnetic, and gravity. And also, he is just a master of disguise, which is so dumb but so amazing. And finally, we have Gokai Silver. Now, not only is he a member of the Gokaijus, which are probably one of the strongest teams in all of Super Sentai that can change into any Sentai Ranger ever, he specifically can change into any 6th Ranger, which usually are already broken. And not only that, but on several occasions he's been able to combine 2 powers of different Rangers and combine them into one and use them at the same time, just by thinking about it.